Well, gosh, there's so much. So I was just trying to jot down some notes what I was thinking, and I actually piggybacking on what you said. This is my third profile, if you will, of being trained in other kinds, and I think, what I so appreciated and took away from this versus all the other Hartman Value profiles that I've worked with, it really, what's been missing this whole time with other trainings is intrinsic coaching and working with people who don't understand intrinsic. And really what I just appreciate was really the integration and not having to be reductionistic, and the simplicity of the profile, and being able to still go to the systemic and provide systemic ease in the extrinsic, but bring it back to the person and always bring it back to the intrinsic. And I think that's just so critical and so lacking out there with other profiles. And really, as I was going through this whole thing, I was just really thinking of one of the core things we talk about in the ICDS is that really when you increase the intrinsic through intrinsic coaching, it makes the ENS smarter. And I just really think that with what everyone has shared today and in previous sessions, it's really evident of that, of just making smarter really in all three dimensions, and being able to see kind of more that floodlight, but also being able to narrow in it's appropriate without losing sight of the person. And then I think the other thing that is just coming up for me is really the importance of thinking or valuing and this awareness, and not trying to get people to any particular outcome or to force people to be something or to work on something, as so many other assessments and profiles do, and really just truly meeting them where they are right here and now, and just kind of creating that space for them to see more and then really find their own journey based off that. And the concept of singularity kept coming to mind, a unique profile, a unique person in a unique moment. And as we saw, as life changes 6 months later, 9 months later, the profiles change as well. And I think it's a really nice reflection of that whole concept of singularity. And then I think really just walking away for myself with just a greater appreciation of my own changes as I look at the different profiles I've taken throughout the years and where I was when I took my last profile, and just really being appreciative again, not trying to judge, and just saying, gosh, no, that really is where I am, and the awareness and the new thinking and new value, and I guess that comes of that. And for the people that participated in the coaching conversations and profiles with me, I think I just found myself having a greater compassion for people. I think you said, God love them, whether, there is no good or bad, it is. And recognizing that with strengths, with pluses, there's minuses, and minuses, there's plus. And I think I had mentioned this during my debrief, but with the work that I do day in, day out with organizations, I think just what is driving me, what I'm walking away from this with the work that I do, is an even greater commitment and passion for helping organizations think differently, see differently, for leaders to think differently, because as I saw with my profiles, how critical the environment is, the external world, and how much when that's not healthy in the broadest sense of the word for a person, how much that impacts their internal. And that if you have toxic organizational cultures, you can see it in the profile, and you can see what it does for a person, you can hear it in their responses. And so I'm really just walking away with an even greater passion and commitment and drive to try to bring this forward at an organizational level, and the profile really helped enhance that for me. So I thank you for that. I like how it's called even the patterns of thinking, because that's really what it is about, and it can't be that reductionistic looking at one. And I think so often that's how people view it in our very systemic world. And so anytime there's an opportunity to provide a space for them to see more, I just think is a gift.